break in and overtake our restream
Oh,
format.
yucky.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
Who
gross.
let that happen, huh? Who let that happen,
I
huh?
don't I don't know.
Who let
Somebody
that
who's
happen?
invading our Oh, let me turn my ring light on real quick.
Oof.
Let's just see just how crazy we can get with the different settings and stuff. Oh, why is my camera frozen now? Right after we go live? Are you kidding me right now?
As if things couldn't get any worse.
Hey, they're going great. They're going great. Deactivate. Activate.
Let me use my ad blocker. Come on.
There we go.
Right.
Look at that. Look at that. Let me readjust my hat here.
Where is it? It's in here somewhere. And I did.
All right.
Not an article.
Time to post a little thangy.
Hmm. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
What? It's not. It ain't Christmas. It ain't Christmas, and even I know that. Even I know that.
Even Philip White knows that.
I never for, I never forget. It's like that. You remember? Like on 9/11, we never
I
forget.
I remember.
I remember.
I don't know why those
Ah,
things are so ingrained in my memory. It's kind of funny. Like
what 9/11 or I remember?
I remember, the thing
I would hope
from South
9/11
Park.
would be green. Well, yeah.
No, what's that?
Um, Imagine in like 20 years, there's like gonna be like a 20-year-old who's like, What was 9/11? Like someone who just is really not into anything at all, lives under a rock all the time, and they're just like, I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to explain it to me. Gosh, that's tough.
That does sound freaking tough.
It'd be very difficult to explain too. I feel like I would just be like, how do you not know? Gosh.
For real. That would be very troubling. That would blow my mind. That's like somebody 10 years older than us saying that a kid has no idea how good Tim Duncan was times a million. Like, yeah.
I was gonna say if you said it the exact same, those the exact same, we would have. It's
Yeah,
like it's basically
times
the same
one,
thing.
actually. Times one.
Times one, yeah. It's basic. It's basically the same thing.
That's what I think. People, were going live. The show's kicking off in 2 minutes. 6:30. Gotta
You know
let the
what?
people know.
I'm gonna do push-ups before the show starts. You know, get the crowd worked up. You know.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. All right. All
Bing
right.
bang
All
boom. All
right.
right.
All right.
Link has been posted. Boom. Alrighty. It's 6:29, but we're gonna kick it off right now regardless. People of Earth, welcome to the show. Primetime's looking a little different now. We're ushering in a new era. New look, same vibes, new segments. I'm hype about it.
It's the prime. It's prime time summer is what it is.
Indeed.
Prime time summers started up.
That's actually the name of this layout. Primetime Summer 2025. And
It'd be, it's gonna be huge, New York. It's gonna be huge.
it's going to be almost as big as the New York Knicks.
Okay. All right, buddy.
But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that later. But
Okay.
we're starting off with a segment that I like to call Small Victories. How are we growing this week? What small victories did we enjoy this week? For me, I mean, there's a much bigger victory that I'm going to get into in a little bit. But we've got to go out to a networking event yesterday. The Nationals game got rained out, but we still met some very cool people. Very fun time.
This was in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who'd you meet at this big networking event?
Met a very cool guy named Kevin. He's a graphic designer. Shout out to Kevin.
Okay.
What's cracking? If you're watching, pull up on the show. And also met a guy who goes by Hums. Very cool guy. From Philly, in DC now. And yeah, we're gonna be tearing it
go
up
by
in the sports,
Hums?
because it's
Comes
short.
his name?
It's short for like Hums something. It's a long name. It's like Humza. Like it ends with like a QUE, but very cool guy.
Very awesome. Very, very intriguing to hear about this Washington journey.
Mm-hmm.
Very awesome. Very exciting. Cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Indeed. Love a good networking event. But
As for myself,
yeah.
oh no, I just had a quiet, nice little weekend. It was rainy. I didn't really do a whole lot this weekend. Just kind of chilled, I've actually been, I know, you've grown sick of this game. I know but I haven't grown sick of it. I've just been playing some Baldur's Gate, learning some more, building some builds. Gonna beat the game the third, fourth, fifth time,
Ah,
I'm just
dang.
out there. I'm out there, And then yesterday, actually, I went out. I had one of my first interviews out in Rochester in a while. I was interviewing at this place, Next Star,
Hmm.
for a production assistant job. So that was going down. I was there very early. Could be, yeah, could be a little exciting. It's just as a PA, but I'd be very, I'm excited. They're like an affiliate of CBS, so I'm kind of excited for that. And then that Monday the interview was so early. I was like, you know what? Some friends of mine who were just like getting done with their exams, I went and partied with them for like pretty much the whole day. So it was like a Monday. I was like, yeah, I got nothing to do. So that's what I did.
Heck yeah.
We were trying a sequel of what is referred to as a Marathon Monday. What ended up happening was the exact same thing that happened last time. Someone had way too much, way too fast.
Yeah.
Happens every time. We know what's funny is that this one was more planned. It was like, oh, we're gonna like every 3 drinks we should have like a whole glass of water. No one did that. Well, I did. I did like once or twice, but that was yeah. That was pretty much the last few days, I would say. Summarized.
Heck yeah. Production assistant Philip White. What
P-A-P-Dub.
Yerd. What build do you have going in Baldur's Gate now?
So I have a lot of builds. So right now I have my main character is he's a dragonborn named. Remember we were talking about Gub the other day?
Oh yeah. Very
Yeah,
familiar with Gub.
Yeah, Gub. I changed it to Gup. It's a Gup. He's a dragonborn. He's like a white dragonborn, so he controls ice, and he's gonna be a nice ice sorcerer. Because I found a weapon in this game that I didn't even realize was a thing, and it's an ice staff, and I want to build him around this cool ice staff I found. So I am very excited to see how that goes.
What does the ice staff do?
No idea, but I don't remember. But I know it looked icy, and it looked cool, and it looked like it was meant for an ice guy.
Oh, icy.
Gup's an ice guy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I remember, and man, that's making me want to get back on the Baldur's Gate grind. When I was using Gale before I found Minsk, and I had to bring the duo of Minsk and Jahira together. I was using Gale, and I found this ice ring that you would probably enjoy very much.
Yeah, I'm
Where
probably gonna be finding that ice ring. There's a couple of them like that.
yeah, the ice ring basically it makes every ice spell create an ice surface. Every single one doesn't matter which one it is. Oh, it's great. I was Gale was icy.
Go, Gale was icy.
Like he was tearing it up, man.
Man, Gale's like the worst. Gale's the worst. I
Yeah.
hate Gale.
But
Gale sucks.
do you think fuck it we ball applies to squirrels?
What does that even mean?
What
what,
do you mean?
what are you talking about? What does that mean?
Think about the statement. Does it apply to squirrels? Because I mean, I'll tell you my opinion afterwards.
First of all, I'll give you my opinion. I gotta hear about where this even came from, and I think the answer is no.
Dude, okay. See, you got to break down the statement itself. Fuck it, we ball.
Okay.
That means when you look at when you look at the macro level of that statement, like it's just basically screw it, we push on, we continue, we keep going.
What does that have to do with squirrels?
Does it apply to squirrels? I think yes, because I mean, think about squirrels love to hop on bird feeders. My grandfather's got a whole lot of bird feeders. And he hates when the squirrels hop on him. When he runs up to the window and bangs on the window, the squirrels don't give up. They might jump off. They might get scared and jump off. But they're back. They have, it's sort of tied into the Mamba mentality, you know? Like, we continue. Life must still be lived.
No, I don't think that's what a squirrel is thinking in that moment, though. And I don't think it applies as much because I don't think squirrels don't have a squirrels. I don't think have the brain capacity to understand that that's even what they're doing. I think they're doing it out of just being hungry. You know why? I mean, like here's another example. You know how I think squirrels often are really, really stupid. You know how often I'll be driving my car like in like a suburban area and there'll be a squirrel that tries to cross the road literally when there's like 10 cars going. It's not a screw it we ball moment. It's more of a I'm an idiot and I'm going to run into traffic. Because for some reason the tree across the street is better than this one, despite the fact that those trees probably link up with branches that they can jump to, which they do quite often.
They do that quite often, but maybe those squirrels that are running across the road are inexperienced squirrels that have that are yet to have enough scary experiences to know don't go in that road, man. You know, they got to grow up. They got to have those scary road experiences to continue and evolve.
But they haven't evolved because they still do it. Like, all of them still do it.
Well, if they could develop some sort of dialect, they could tell their kids about it. But it's really, because squirrels don't have a dialect, they just have to figure it out on their own. Their parents can't tell them about that, you know?
That doesn't mean that they have a fuck it we ball mentality. I just don't think they do. I don't think they have that mentality. I think squirrels are just dumb. Like, I think squirrels lack the intellect to be able to have that mentality to begin with. I don't even know how it's saying here that squirrels can live to 24 years, and I kind of don't believe that. Because I feel like most squirrels are just, squirrels are like dogs. Live about 13, 14 years. That's how long squirrels probably live. 24
Honestly,
is ridiculous.
If you told me to guess how long a squirrel lived, I would tell you like 4 years. I thought that. Let's look up average squirrel life.
I think average is 16, but I think the oldest they can be is roughly around the 24.
Oh, they're 3 to 6 years in the wild.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, 14 to 24 is a long time.
Some squirrels apparently can live as 24 years, according to the squirrel enthusiast.
Hey, maybe in a
I don't know, man.
Maybe in a zoo.
Okay, but that's not a zoo animal. If it was a flying squirrel, sure, but I don't care about any other type of squirrel. I see them all the time.
Nah,
Not to be racist or anything, but that's not a zoo animal.
maybe a special squirrel or something.
Yeah,
Like,
if you're a cool
yeah,
squirrel,
if
if
you
you
ever
were
go to
like a
the
bright blue.
no, the squirrel exhibit's like my favorite one at the zoo.
No, it's not. If anything, it's like actually I don't even know. You know what? I'd say it's my favorite part of the zoo, but it's not. It's just a better version of the zoo, and that's the aquarium. An aquarium's a better zoo. Water
Well,
animals are way cooler. No, 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 no,
well,
no.
actually,
Water animals are way cooler.
I will say water animals in general are way cooler.
Yeah,
Also, I somehow they feel more humane than zoos. So actually, you might be right, but like I feel like aquariums are a much shorter experience than the zoo.
got the wrong aquariums, man.
I mean, the Georgia aquarium is massive. I went there one time when I was
Plus,
like 6, and that blew my mind. But I still feel like it's an overall shorter experience than like a zoo. Like I remember I went to the Boston Aquarium a couple years ago, and I feel like I was there for like 30 minutes.
oh man, that's a nah. I disagree. I feel like I like, and the other thing about aquariums, I like things that are way more structured. A zoo to me is too random. It's not structured enough. Like if I wanted to go to a zoo, like I would want things like I want to be feel like I'm on a safari traveling through like a region, but then like of different animals that are in the region. Whereas like in a zoo, I could all of a sudden be like, oh hey, there's like some snowpack wolves in this exhibit and like some giraffes over in this exhibit. Like I've been to zoos that have poor structure. I've never been to a bad structural aquarium because aquarium is really simple. You go through like the levels of where how deep those animals like live. So like at the surface level, there'd be like all the birds that fly across the ocean, and you got like the fish that are up at the top, you know, or like the big seals that sit on the rocks, and then you keep going. You got like the sharks and all the fish, and then all the like angler fish that are in the
Dude,
depths.
anglerfish are
It's structurally
crazy. Anglerfish should not exist. Why
no,
do
I
they
think
have a light on
awesome
their
things
head?
is
It's
because it's
awesome that
dark.
they exist.
It's dark.
But like that's just insane. You know, like me personally, I'm a believer in evolution, but anglerfish are like a reason they are one of the strongest arguments for creation. like
I,
like
wait, what?
like like these
Okay.
these fish were existing so low that it's just dark as hell down there. So you're
Yeah.
telling me that they evolved into having a light on their head? Nah, like some higher power had to be at play with that. You see, like this is why, you know, like I think I'm agnostic. Well, I say I'm agnostic. Like I don't think a single. I definitely think God is real.
Okay.
But like anglerfish, that's just insane. Deep sea creatures overall, that's insane. I feel like I wonder how like why don't they just swim up where they can see? I guess maybe they don't have any reference point to know what up is. But it's like, you know, we don't really get deep sea creatures in aquariums as well.
Yeah, because like someone's gotta go down there and find them. Like it's
True.
usually robots because we can't. You either got need like a high pressurized submarine because of the water pressure so intense.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they probably then also you think about water pressure for fish too. Water pressure affects fish also, like to a certain
Oh,
extent.
yeah.
I would assume. I mean, all that you just got a bunch of water on your head. That's tough. You got to live with. I don't know, man. I feel like if you just it was probably dark. I think they were just dark, and then it was like, oh, we need like a fish because everything down there kind of glows a little bit. I would imagine. I think there's a bunch of other stuff that has some bioluminescent abilities, not just the anglerfish. It's just the one that gets the most play. It's like the LeBron of deep
Mm.
sea fish. It's
It's
the most recognizable.
It's the LaMelo Ball of deep sea fish, I would
That's
say. 'Cause
disrespectful. Don't say
no,
it. Don't say
no,
that. Don't
because
say that.
no,
to
no.
a
Here's
fish.
my
No.
logic behind that. because
That's
it's
the
it's
disrespect that deserves to be.
recognizable. But I think LeBron is objectively, maybe not objectively. Let me
Mm,
remove the word objectively. I think
mm.
LeBron is the best basketball player of all time.
All right, what deep
And
sea fish is LeBron?
I have to get my knowledge up on deep sea fish. When it
Because
comes to deep
he's
sea fish, I don't know ball. Like,
he's the anglerfish. He's
n-
the goat of deep sea fish.
but like, see, this is what
He's
makes
in
Lamelo the
Finding
angler.
Nemo.
He's a well-known figure, but that doesn't
Yeah,
make him the best. You know?
100% makes him the best.
No, that's like
Hundred
saying
percent.
that just makes everything a popularity contest. You know, like there could be like I'm sure Kobe wasn't the first to be picked. Kobe was the 13th overall draft pick. You know, if
Okay,
he if being the most well known, actually, never mind. That
you
doesn't
know,
really
but you have to
track.
understand the
But
anglerfish has a reason why it's well known. It's because it is the best. It's not like stuff doesn't become popular just because it is like stuff doesn't become popular if it's mid. You know what I'm saying? Stuff doesn't become popular if it's mid. If it's mid, no one cares about it. If it's bad, it can become popular. But based on the discussion we're having, clearly the anglerfish is really good. And clearly, like you could Lamelo, Lamelo, Lamelo of the deep sea fish, anglerfish, of all the things you could have said,
yeah,
you
he's a
said
well-known
Lamelo.
figure, but I don't know much about his game. You know, I mean, I
So is
know
that how you're
Lamelo Ball is
describing
game.
Lamelo?
All
You
right,
know Lamelo Ball is popular, but you don't know Lamelo's game. That's the analogy here.
Gabe's been sending some chats, and he makes a great point. All right, so he says, "Fuck it, we nut." Yeah. These are the type of bar conversations I have when I introduce myself to a woman. Amazing. You must be getting a ton of play. Um, he also says, "What do this is the question that this is a very important question. What does the best mean in this? Like, what's the criteria? What makes the anglerfish so
Let's
superior?"
oh, let's talk about the anglerfish. It is the most popular deep sea fish by far among popular deep sea fish. Okay,
What
you know
about the
who made an appearance
squid?
in
What about the giant squid?
the giant squid? Oh, really? Was the giant squid in Finding Nemo the first Finding Nemo? I'm talking about the good Finding Nemo. I'm talking about the iconic anglerfish. You can talk about that. You can talk about the. It's the fish that gave kids nightmares. Okay, you went and watched that movie when you were whatever years old, right? Probably very young. You know what? That was probably the scariest part of the movie. I think that part's the scariest part of the movie by far. And that anglerfish dominated at
Mm.
frightening young children, okay? And you know what? Finding Dory had the giant squid. And you know what it didn't do? It did not terrify me. And it terrified none of the younger children in the audience. I was like, no kid's scared of that thing. It doesn't strike fear into people's hearts. Anglerfish got them pointy, jagged, like toothpick-like, but toothpick-like really scary, like rotted toothpicks. Like it hadn't brushed its teeth in like years,
Uh
and
huh.
it just comes gnashing in. And it's got the little light, the little freaky like light that's just bouncing and boinging up and down until you see this toothpick gnashing. You see that? It's scary. It's intimidating. It's got an intimidating factor. I don't know about you, but I look at LaMelo Ball and not a single part of him at all in any way is intimidating. There's not. There's nothing intimidating about LaMelo Ball. Not his face, not the way he talks, not his
Okay,
game,
so it's the
nothing.
scare factor for you. It's the
It's all about
spookiness.
intimidation. It's not just spookiness, it's intimidation. The anglerfish is an intimidating force of nature.
Okay, well let's
I'll say this: he doesn't have to be LeBron, but ain't no way you say call him LaMelo.
we
Ain't
gotta
no way you call him LaMelo.
we're gonna pull up some anglerfish film real quick.
LaMelo Ball is like that yellow
but the I just think I gotta get
That's not LaMelo.
I gotta get my
That's
deep
not
sea
LaMelo.
creature. I mean, yeah, LaMelo's too nice
That's
to have
not
that
LaMelo.
kind of mentality. Maybe the anglerfish is like the PJ Tucker of fish, or maybe the Bill Lambier, or the Gilbert Arenas.
Still, that's this anglerfish. Okay, if I'm talking about fish, like top 10 fish, it's top 10 fish. It's top 10 fish.
You think you could freestyle your list of top 10 fish right now?
Top 10 fish, like in general, because oh wait, hold on. To be
Is that
fair,
what you were
are
saying?
shark. Well, there's a lot of fish. Like there's a lot of fish. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
anglerfish has to rank. You know what? You know what? Actually, do you know what the anglerfish is? It is the Victor Wembanyama of fish, and I'll tell you why. Because we have never seen a player quite like Victor Wembanyama. There's no one quite like him. He's a unique. It's an alien-like fish. If you really think about the angler fish, it's basically an alien. No other fish has the same qualities. No other fish has that level of teeth. The lights, the shape of the fish is just different. And Victor just doesn't look like any other player that I've seen. A guy who's almost 7 feet tall and can shoot threes. Never seen it before.
I mean,
never seen it before. Not at this clip.
I would argue that Wemby is the giant squid, and because you can compare Wemby to another player,
that's
and
more
that's
like Giannis.
Giannis is the octopus. The giant squid
Giannis
is like there's levels. To
but the difference is with Vic is Vic can shoot threes and actually shoot free throws. Giannis cannot. Giannis is more like the giant squid.
So wait, do you think the octopus is superior to the giant squid?
In terms of what?
In terms of, I mean, what makes Wemby's ability to shoot threes?
Yeah, but it's a giant squid.
What about his ability to do that makes him the octopus and not the squid?
I didn't say he was the octopus. I said it was the anglerfish.
Oh. Well, what makes Giannis?
Because you've seen squid. You've seen regular squid.
Yeah.
The giant squid is just a big squid. It's not, you see squid all the time. Like, you eat squid. Like, squid is a delicacy. There are enough squid where it's not like this.
Yeah, but a big squid could definitely do some damage.
Right, but I'm comparing to the fact that squids exist, big squids exist. But, like, I know what a giant squid to me is not as unique as an anglerfish. Because I've seen squids. This squid is just a squid, but super big.
Yeah,
I've seen. That's why I think Giannis is a giant squid. Because I've seen squids. I've seen athletic freaks. This is just this is a big athletic freak. This is a big freak so much he has a name called the Greek Freak. Versus something say like, there have been like other freaks of nature. There's a lot of squids in the sea. There's only one anglerfish.
There's more than one anglerfish in the sea.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the species.
Species. Like
probably
the
a lot of different
vibe
types of squid. The anglerfish gives off a different vibe. Like octopus and squids have some similar qualities. Whereas an anglerfish, you couldn't tell me, that's like anglerfish, and that's his brother danglerfish, and they're super similar. Like
the anglerfish is just different. I'll agree with you on that. But on to this week in lore. This is a person or moment from this past week that is really shaping the larger cultural story. I've got a couple different ones. Okay. I'm gonna stay humble, man.
Right. That's something you do often.
yeah, totally. And all right, so the first one, I've got two of them. NBA on NBC. I heard through the grapevine, Carmelo Anthony, the studio crew. I mean, it's sad. Well, is TNT staying together? I should know this if I'm gonna talk about NBC.
I don't know. I don't know. I assume so. I know that ESPN, the four of the ESPN, that's gonna the Shaq, the Kenny Legit Smith.
Oh, that's TNT.
Yeah, that's the group. Yeah, they're not gonna. This is their last hurrah.
Oh, they're
Barkley
done. I thought I heard that they were moving to NBC, but that must have changed. I guess it was good while it lasted. But the new crew that I'm excited about, NBC's got some cool stuff rumored. They are so their crew is going to include Carmelo Anthony, the studio crew, and Dirk Nowitzki. Jamal Crawford has been signed for play-by-play, and I'm pretty sure Reggie Miller is also
Okay.
in on the play-by-play. But yeah,
You just gave a thumbs down.
yeah,
It's
man,
like,
Reggie Miller. I
this
hate
is
when
good.
Reggie Miller's doing play-by-play, man. Oh, and
Well,
Mike
you're not
Tirico's gonna be on there.
okay. Hold on, let me see if I can find it just so I can get the full list in my face. Interesting. Man, it's really hard for me to not get hype about the new like crews because it's just never gonna be funny as Shaq and Ernie and Chuck, man. It's just
That's
it's
true.
never. I
That
don't know. It says maybe they aren't done. I don't understand. I can't tell if I'm reading the wrong.
I heard a couple months ago that they weren't actually done because they were going to NBC or something.
Yeah.
But then I hear that the studio crew has Mello and Dirk, so I would assume that means that they aren't gonna have Chuck and Ernie and the Jet and Shaq.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With Johnson, Neil Smith, and Barcelona all top with regular season over. And so the NBA has aired officially. It's like a new media rights deal. I think it's because Disney bought ESPN and then wants. I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm just guessing. We have to hear from the media and list of things.
Gabe says Reggie Miller and Steve Van Gundy are the two worst commentators. Very much agree. Very much agree.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it used to be for me in terms of announcers in general. I used to hate Joe Buck.
Joe Buck
There's so
used to
many.
suck.
There were so many. The first time I think I ever heard him do a decent call was I think the Minneapolis Miracle, and then he got better. He got much better after that. That was like the first good call I'd ever heard him do. But there were like so many moments where he is just the most like it's a walk off home run. Oh my God, guys, walk off home run, game winning
Mm,
touchdown. Giants win. Good
literally.
night. Like I don't know, something
Like,
like
I
super.
remember it was some crazy Marshawn Lynch run or something, and it was Marshawn Lynch or somebody, and while he was making this insane play, breaking all of these tackles and stuff, Joe Buck just says, "Lynch, Lynch, Lynch." It's like, dude, paint me a picture. And
Yeah.
oh my god, do you remember? I mean, this was actually my dad had to show me this because it was just like his least favorite Joe Buck call of all time. But it was like Randy Moss scored a touchdown and then pretended to moon the crowd,
Yeah,
and
oh yeah.
and
That
Joe
is
Buck
a disgusting act by Randy Moss. I'm like, okay.
grow up,
All right,
lock
dude.
in.
Dude. We've all seen a butt before, Joe. And by you saying that means you haven't seen a. It's not like he actually. I don't think he took
We
off
all
his
have
pants.
one. No, he didn't.
Like, I would have been. No, it would have been crazier if, like, he actually showed his bare naked ass to the guy. That would have been crazy.
That would have been a
That I would have
disgusting
understood.
act.
That I would understood, but he's just like casually like pretending to moon people. He's like, that is a
Oh.
disgusting act by Randy Moss.
Like, yeah, ridiculous. That's
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss. He's gotten better at it. Oh gosh.
maybe Joe Buck
I got
doesn't have a butt or something.
I'm gonna bring that back. I'm gonna start saying that now. That is a disgusting act.
Honestly, yeah, we should post that to the Instagram. That needs to be brought back to mass consciousness. Maybe
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
we could document the growth of Joe Buck. Maybe.
How people went from hating to kinda liking Joe Buck. What? The last Buck
But
instead of the Last Dance.
indeed. The other thing that's pretty wild that happened, new GTA 6 trailer. dropped. It got
Oh,
up
I
to...
haven't seen
Oh,
it.
you haven't seen it? Do you want me to pull
Well,
it
I haven't
up?
seen it. I haven't seen it because I did. Yeah, you can pull it up. I haven't seen it because they just announced it was getting delayed, and then they dropped it.
Yeah, then they
It was
dropped the
like,
trailer. Interesting move. It's dropping in what? Is it spring 2026? Or is it
yes, it's like
fall?
roughly. It'll be like late spring probably.
Oh God, yeah, that's kind of a long way away, man. All
It's
right.
gonna be a long way away, dude.
Gabe told me that
He
we were
doesn't
muted when I pulled up the video last time. Thank you for letting me know. Um, I'm gonna make sure my mic and the desktop audio. Yep, I forgot to add the audio and my microphone for this one. Look at that.
Man, man, you could have seen
What are you gonna do, huh? What are you
dude,
gonna do?
the play-by-play breakdown. Come on,
Oh,
what
look
are we
at
doing?
that. Look at how perfect that worked out.
Look at that,
Boom.
dude.
Oh my lord. Incredible. Alright, alright, alright. Now time to pull up this GTA thing.
Yeah, let's see this GTA trailer. I'm so.
The graphics looked insane. Um
Oh yeah, the original trailer looked like the original trailer looked that good too.
mhm.
Hold on.
What you doing up there?
Look at that.
I'm just fixing some leaks.
That just looks like
Seriously, dude, you got some
what?
time on your hands.
Holy
I got
crap.
some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go
That is
get me my
insane.
checks.
See you, Brian.
Oh my gosh, look at the background. That was like
For real.
that looked like a normal just truck passing by.
Like, and the sweat on the dude's back, like the lighting is insane.
Oh my, I'm gonna have to upgrade my computer like twice.
For real, man. I was thinking that too. Like, oh my god, my computer cannot run this.
My computer might barf. Not because the graphics are bad, but because it's impossible to run it. Gosh.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
Yo.
What's your name?
Jason
Hey, look at
Duvall.
it, you chilling.
I think you heard
You
before.
chill guy.
You might
Like,
have.
also, like, another thing that's crazy is the way the characters move. Like, it looks so lifelike.
Hey,
Yeah, that's.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, all the motion capture. I wonder if how much motion capture they did do, if any. Because I imagine they had to do a lot with Todd.
Oh, yeah.
you stay.
I wonder when production for this game started.
The new beginnings.
Dude, they were. What were they? They were drinking Modelo.
Yo!
No, that's totally not what it's gonna end up being, but it's gonna be really similar because it looks like, basically identical.
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Oh my
Damn!
gosh. The way they animated that.
For
the way
real! Like,
the
no.
physics on that ass.
And they got your name, address.
Has technology
everything.
gone too far?
Us cops.
Oh my gosh, technology is exactly where it needs to be.
You and me, Lou.
Oh
We got this.
We got it.
my. The manatees.
He was wearing the Dolphins jersey. I love that. Or manatees.
Yeah, they changed the name to manatees. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. That's great.
Hey,
Oh crap. Oh my gosh, it's an attack chopper. And dude! Oh my gosh, jumping into trailers.
Apparently, the world in this game is way bigger too. Like,
Oh my gosh. And that's already crazy because the GTA map's already like an 8-mile stretch.
yeah.
GTA 6, May 2026. May 26, 2026. Well, at least they
Oh,
made
man.
the date.
Almost, yeah, they have the exact date. So a year and 20 days from today. I'm also gonna look up how big is the GTA map. Is the new
Yeah, 'cause it's
GTA
this big before. It's gonna be even bigger now.
GTA 5 map size versus GTA 6 map size. Okay, well this doesn't really paint that great of a picture. I don't know. It's good. Oh, okay. I think the highest and lowest volume, just over 1,000 rage units longer than the GTA 5 map. If you take the highest and lowest confirmed X coordinates in GTA 6 from the videos, the map is already over 2,300 rage units longer than GTA 5 map. So yeah, holy cannoli. It's a big boy.
Wow. Dude, I was actually playing GTA 5 recently, and I found out, well, because it's based in Los Angeles, they actually had an off-brand version of the Lakers, and they were just called the LA Panic. And I don't know if the Lakers were like bad back then, there was a reason to be panicking, but that's hilarious.
Hey, yo, have a good one, Gabe.
Have a good one, Gabe, as they say.
Indeed. But what were you saying? Sorry, Gabe said he was gonna catch us later.
They had they basically had the Lakers, or at least a version of them, in GTA 5, and they were called the LA Panic. And they were also blue and gold, which was kind of...
That's neat. I hope they, I mean, it's not something I ever thought was, like, missing from GTA 5, but it would be dope if they incorporated more sports culture into...
Maybe you can
GTA.
own a... I think the problem is with doing that is that it associates them with crime. Like, if they were, like, have, like, a mission that is, like, yo, do you want to, like, own an NFL team? And then it's like, oh, you're a criminal.
Yeah, do you want to own an NFL team? Sell all these drugs and stuff.
Exactly. So they have to stay, like... I don't know, I think the closest that they've done until... Nah, they wouldn't... That's why I don't think, they don't have many, like, you don't see many brands, like, name brands. Kind of weird. I feel like it would make more sense for there to be name brands, because then companies could give money to video games, so they have more money to make stuff, but maybe that's too wild.
Wait, what are you saying?
No, like, if you have... Like, you don't really see name brand products a lot in games, at least from my experience.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm surprised there aren't more of those marketing deals where it's like, oh, you could have, like, you know... Like, literally in that trailer, there was a bottle that looked exactly like a Modelo, but it wasn't, it wasn't a Modelo. It said, like, Orath or something. I think it started with an O.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well.
I wonder how Rockstar tiptoes around that. Because I guess Modelo can't patent or copyright, like, the gold foil that they have on the bottles and whatever.
I mean, there's crazier stuff that's been trademarked, but I think it's just... It's like the idea, like, oh, Winnie the Pooh, the character, is... well, he's not trademarked anymore, but when he was, Winnie the Pooh was trademarked. But the idea of, like, a talking bear who likes honey is not a trademarkable idea. Because it's, like, bears eat honey, and, like, to have a bear be fantastical, they have to be able to talk, to be, like, a fantasy creature. So it's like the idea of... You've created something, and that in itself is trademarked, but something similar to that idea isn't... If it's, like, a new, different thing, it's still, like, not your thing, Yeah. It sounds, like, confusing, but I think that's the idea of most, like, trademarks and patents. You're right. Not that I know the difference. Because I don't.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been thinking about that stuff more lately since I took my marketing class, but honestly, I still, like, could not give you any answers on it. I'm like, I wonder how that all works. But, big things happened in the city of Boston yesterday. Go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go!
Have you
Knicks.
It's all about small victories,
Knicks. Hey, this was a big victory. See,
you enjoy it.
I called you last night, and I'm gonna need, like, maybe about half the energy that you gave me last night, but about twice as much energy as you're giving me right now about the conversation we had last night.
Okay.
Because,
you wanna go?
You wanna go? Yeah, we're
gonna
gonna freaking go, man. I'm gonna say my piece, and you can say yours. I think this is a big victory. Yo, oh my God, it's time for Taft's tunnel vision.
It's Taft's tunnel vision.
Oh my God! So,
all right,
there should be a 60-second timer up here, but this game 1 win is so massive because it's a tone setter. If this first win happened in, like, game 3 after going down 2-0, you got to think about what this does for the mental game. Like, everybody, and also, Mikal Bridges didn't really show up. Kat didn't really show up. and we still played great defense. Mikal is the reason we won the game at the end, but for the first 3 quarters, it was kind of cheeks. Cat only had like 10 points, and people were saying everybody's going to need to be firing on all cylinders all the time for the Knicks to get a win in this series. And this just has, like, Celtics, in a way, they've got, like, I mean, yeah, not even in a way. Going into game 2, they've got their back against the wall, man. Like, you aren't gonna, like, they know that they cannot be down 2-0 going to MSG for game 3. Like, it's incredible. The defensive performance from Mikal Bridges, the just solid, rock solid play from OG Anunoby, like, it's... And then, not to mention Jalen Brunson. I mean, yeah, you saw the play at the end of the game, right? I mean, well, with Mikal Bridges going, give me that.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you gotta say?
Yeah, that's Taft's real spiel or Taft's
All right.
tunnel vision.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I got my words to say.
All right, cool. And I'll put you on Phil's real spiel for it.
Oh,
wait
Phil's
a minute.
real spiel.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
you don't
So
even...
sorry.
Real spiel. I think
Yeah,
I
it's
can
the
come up
first
with
time.
something better than a real spiel.
Oh, come on. That's like rhymes, alliteration a little bit. Actually, no, there's no
we can-
alliteration, but
Oh, fun. Let me. I'm gonna even start. You can work on setting that up. I'm gonna tell you right now. Congratulations, the Knicks won game 1. I am of the complete difference that I do not think that despite this idea of setting the tone, fundamentally, Boston played, and I'm going to tell you right now, Boston played the worst game they will play this series and still only lost. Like, yeah, they blew a 20-point lead. Yeah, they were also missed 45 threes. They were 25% from three-point range, a team that their entire season has been their strength. It's not going to happen again. It's not going to happen again in this series. It's going to come nowhere close to happening again in this series. It's just not. Jason Tatum was 4 of 15 from deep. Jaylen Brown was 1 of 10. It's just not going to happen again. They're going to win game 2, and then they're going to... And also, the idea that going into MSG is that serious, I don't think it is. I don't think it's as much of a home court advantage as a lot of people have
it
said.
still matters.
In general. I don't think it is, though. Because seriously, think about MSG in general, and everyone wants to talk about the big games that happen in MSG. Oftentimes, it's the opposite team's player that is playing out of their lunatic mind, and the next time I'm Blues.
Well, no, that's
Like,
just what gets brought up in the media. That's just.
But that's a true thing. Like, you don't see that with anything
because
else.
when Knicks players go off at MSG, nobody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, this Knicks player went off in MSG." Whenever somebody does well in MSG, it's just like a thing. You know?
Yeah, but Detroit, even then, Detroit won their 2 games of that series in MSG.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's an insane home court advantage. Like, I wouldn't doubt it if Boston wins the next 4 games.
Boston's not going to win the next 4 games. And you want to know why?
Why? They will beat 4 times in the regular season. They could definitely beat you guys 4 times in a row if they won 4 times in the regular season.
Okay. Yeah, you want to know why they missed 45 threes last night?
Why?
It's not because, it's way more than just some off shooting night. It's because of what I
What do
was
you
saying
mean?
in the days leading up to game 1 of this series, dude. This team is built to stop the Celtics with
But they're still
Mikal
not gonna
Bridges
shoot.
and OG.
They're still not going to shoot 25% again from three-point range in multiple contests in this playoff series. They came out poor. Admittedly, they came out poor. They came out actually, forget poor. They came out, they had a 20-point lead. Then they stopped being able to put up shots late in the game. It's not going to happen multiple times in this series. It's just not. Because this entire team, this entire season, their strength is the three-point game. It's not like they're just going to absolutely be crippled the entirety of the series and not be able to shoot threes. This was still, despite the fact that this was still a game where Boston had one of their worst performances and one of their greatest strengths, was a very tight game up to the end. Literally to the end, this game was a tight game. So it's not like it's going to keep being that way. Boston had other games where they dominated opponents because they got out to those leads early, and they're not going to have moments constantly in this series where they're going to lose those leads.
I don't know. The New York Knicks have
And
heart.
Boston's been here before. Boston's
So
been
have the
to
Knicks!
championships.
What do you mean?
No, I'm talking being able to win in these moments in championship runs. New York, this version of
Mikal
the Knicks,
Bridges,
heck, any version of the
finals.
Knicks in the last
OG
10
Anunoby.
years has
Hey.
not gotten close enough.
Okay, OG Anunoby, finals. Mikal Bridges, finals. Jalen Brunson, conference finals. Cat, conference
The
finals.
team
Like,
as
what?
a whole,
That doesn't make them inexperienced, though. That makes them experienced.
You talking about that? You talking about chemistry? You talk about, and so what? That look. Have you seen Boston's ability to be able to actually not just make finals, but actually win those finals games?
Well, yeah, of course I have. But like, I don't understand how that that makes them all of a sudden some
Because they did it as a
superior
team. All those players went to the finals. They've done that as a team, collectively as a unit. In fact, you consistently have told me why it's so important that the Knicks have that chemistry. You know who else has that chemistry? Boston.
Yeah, and the Knicks are building
Even
that chemistry,
more so.
and we look better than we have all year right now. So
Even more so. It being better than what you have looked like. You were still down at one point in this game by 20 points.
well, yeah, in that moment we didn't look better than we had all year.
No
But
doubt, and I don't think that's gonna. I think that will happen again because it's happened. It happened earlier in a series that you previously played to a Detroit team that's actively worse on offense
Yes,
than this Boston team.
but the Pistons are so much more physical. In that way, that was like a strength training for this series. The Celtics are freaking soft, dude. This is why we are going to have an easier time with the Celtics. When I say
Really?
when I
It's
say
gonna be
easier
easier.
time,
Did you not watch how
let me
difficult
let
this
me
first game was
clarify
for them?
what I mean by
Not gonna
that.
happen again.
I mean, you saw how like the vibe. I'm saying the vibe of this series, the vibe of Game 1 was so much less physical than what was happening in the Pistons series, and in a way that was conditioning for this Knicks team. Also, the mentality. Are you kidding? Did you look at the post-game interviews? These guys were so locked in. They were like, "We just got to flush this out. Like we know they missed 45 threes. And we have to be better to make them keep missing. And
I don't think they're gonna.
We're gonna go to sleep. We're gonna forget about this as soon as we possibly can. What do you mean? They're not gonna be able to do that. Have you?
They're not gonna
you
be
don't
able
know
to.
Who,
You
you don't
really
know who
think
Jalen Brunson is, bro? Jalen
Do you not
Brunson is what he
understand
does.
why you the mind-numbingly doubting of a Boston team that is coming off of a championship and their two best players had two of the worst performances in this one game? There are still, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. There's gonna be 5 more games, and it's gonna be Boston winning the series in 6. There will be 5 more games. I think Boston will win 4 of the next 5.
Knicks in 6.
And win the series. Say what you want. Say what you want. Boston's not going to back down either. Boston is not going to back down either. They still have the overall better roster. They have the experience as a unit in these situations. They'll be fine.
I disagree, man. Like, and also I think those Celtics fans, man. Also, I think some of the Celtics players too are getting a little arrogant. Like they.
How?
Are you
Break that down.
kidding?
I don't know. I haven't
They
heard from
don't-
any Celtics fans. So.
Okay, so all of the Celtics fans, like it's just like, oh, we know who we are. We're the best. It's never congratulating the other team. When you look at Celtics fans and you look at the Celtics interviews, it's they are getting arrogant. They think that they are better than everybody else right now, and the Knicks are hungry and are willing to acknowledge the success of other teams. I think the Celtics are getting out of touch, and the Knicks are the more mentally strong team.
I don't think it's enough. I think Boston, from what I've seen from them all season, I think they're good. I don't think they have a right to be arrogant, but I see where they're coming from in the way that they are talking about the team that they do have. And I don't think it changes anything. I think they will still find a way to. I mean, it might take 7 games, but I'm gonna say they're gonna take in the 6 to be spicy. I think Boston's going to come back into this series. Listen, no, I'm still adamant. It might take 7 games. I just think it'll happen in 6 games, and Boston is going to win the series. I just think especially the type of energy that comes from a game 1 like that, and this happens. You know what? This happens to what I will say. I won't say like I'm not going to sit here and say like poverty, but I will say it happens to teams. Let me. Yeah, I see your look. Let's be real. Let's be real about New York, okay? Most New York franchises haven't been doing too hot in the last, entirety of their existence. But you know what? When you think about that win, you know what that gave me of? Remember the vibes from a few years ago when it was the game 1 of the regular season? Knicks fans were freaking out about beating. Absolutely going ballistic.
Well, we lost.
About beating. No. This was I remember there was a game where they won against the Celtics. It was like regular season.
You're talking about a
opener
few
or
years
something.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, the one viral video that all Knicks fans freak out about. This is what happens in New York. New York fans get so hype about things like this. And granted, this is probably the biggest win that you guys have had in... What's the number? How long has it been since you guys been to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Dude, it was before I was born, but...
Okay, but you see my point.
So don't I have a right? Don't I have a right to be this excited?
You have a right to be this excited, but this is what happens to teams that are poverty. They have these big, massive successes, and that game 1 win is probably going to be the biggest accomplishment for the Knicks of the series.
I think so. Even if we win the series, I think that's the biggest win of the entire thing.
Even if you win I don't think you'll win the series. That's my point. I think this is overblown out of proportion. This is, to me, more of a reactionary to what just happened, when in reality there is one series that is better, and it's Boston. I think Boston will end up winning the series and going on to play.
Yeah, if we're looking at the team that has... See, that's part of what gets me so hype about this win. Yeah, if you look at the team that has all the freaking bells and whistles... And
I still think Boston's more likely to win 4 more games.
Yeah, it's Boston, but they also have arrogant fans, and they think they're better than everybody, and the Knicks are coming.
Right, that's fine. I still think there's a team that is better and will win the next 4 games, and the other team winning any of the next 3.
Yeah, you always take the team you think is better on paper, but when I'm
because
looking
logically
at
it makes
the intangibles and like the ongoing storylines. Give me the Knicks,
okay, here's the ongoing story sign. Let me ask you something. Let's talk about the other... Look at Denver. Look at the Nuggets and the Pacers that also won their game 1s. They also won their game 1s. Do we really think that those 1 seeds are going to fall in that series? Like, do you think the Thunder and the Cavs don't end up beating those teams? Like, despite losing game 1?
I mean, I'll say the Knicks are better than all of those teams that won their game 1s. But no, I don't think that they're
exactly. That's my point. But that's my point.
But if we're looking at each matchup, if we look at the Knicks comparatively to a team like Indiana or the Nuggets, come on, the Knicks are the best team out of those 3.
I agree, but I still don't think that it's the same. The reason it's a huge game 1 win and big reactionary to it is very simple. It's New York. Nobody's going to get hyped over Indiana or, frankly, Denver. Yeah, okay, it was against the 1 seeds, Cleveland and OKC.
Knicks Celtics games are always crazy.
That's fine, but again, that same headline of media of yes, that game is exciting, construes the narrative as to what the series is actually going to end up looking. And I'm very confident of that the series will ultimately end up being another heartbreaking series loss for the New York Knicks, and Boston goes on to win.
No.
Fine.
We're gonna have to see. But one thing I loved. This is a little trial run of a segment called Don't Forget the Receipt. I saw a clip of Brian Windhorst saying, this is from the beginning of the season. I tried to find the link. I couldn't find it. It's on his podcast, The Hoop Collective. But he was saying, after the first game of the season, Jaylen Brown looks stronger, faster. Look, you see how jacked he looked? He was lifting weights over the time he was snubbed from the Olympic team. Who freaking snatched that ball out of his hand at the end of the game, huh? Get back in the gym, Jaylen Brown. Come on. Like,
Bro, this is like
grow man
dude,
strength.
that's
Like,
crazy, dude. That's crazy. That tweet lived in your head for that long. You were just waiting to bring it out, huh?
yeah.
You really,
Yeah, man.
really waiting
Like,
on that receipt.
Like,
That's
we don't
crazy.
forget the receipt. I'm fired up.
My gosh, bro. All right, keep my receipt when I'm telling you right now. I think the Celtics will win this series.
Oh, we'll keep it, man. There's video evidence.
Yeah, no problem. You keep it. I'm okay being wrong, but I love being right. You have no idea. I'm okay being wrong, but you gotta admit, being right is just, it feels so good.
Being right does go pretty crazy.
Feels so great, you know? Oh, just, I got what? A week? Roughly a week I'll be able to bask in it?
You got
we know.
you got about I mean a week minimum before you can be wrong.
Yeah, but I think it'll be a little bit longer than that, and then, you know, right at that game 6, Celtics just
All right,
break
this
the hearts of all those New York Knicks fans.
we are at an hour of runtime since the intro was ran. We're experimenting with a new format. I feel like shorter episodes kind of goes hard.
It really does, yeah. A little hour and 15 roughly. It's been what, hour? Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just see new.
I'm feeling inspired with the new format, all these new things happening, and I think we should close with what is next for us personally and what is next for the podcast. So I'll start with that, and I'll say Dr. G from Temple University is coming on May 21st. I've been reaching out to some Knicks content creators like CK2K. Been watching CK2K since like 2018, 2017. I remember watching videos of like CK2K talking about how Frank Ntilikina is gonna be like the French chosen one for the Knicks. So
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that we all know how that went.
yeah, and but like now he is an anchor on the ever popular Knicks Fan TV. It's been very cool to see his growth. So CK Mill. If you see my message, we're keeping the mic warm for you. And also, with me personally, God, I really hope I get an internship. Give me an
That'll be
internship.
huge, man.
Indeed.
Yeah, that'll be sick getting an internship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, I've got I graduate. I mean, I graduated already, but I'm waiting on these goons to get ready. I know everyone's looking for their internships as well, just getting out of mostly, I think they're all 5th years. But we're going to be seeing some, I know one of my friends, Tyler, he's going to be back up. I think I'm going to see him Friday for something called a Lilac little festival thing. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll be going with him to that. And we're going to be enjoying the weekend. We're going to be seeing everybody walk, and, it's going to be exciting. Should be fun.
Heck yeah. Wow, graduation is this week for you? Or for your friends?
Well, for yeah, pretty much. It's for like the next, because that happens like right after finals.
Dang.
Like literally, I think the second the last final is over, the next day is actually no, it might be one day in between. Like it's pretty much like right after.
Yeah. For whatever reason, Jamie's graduation isn't until like mid-June. Don't know why. But
I think it might be because they do trimesters.
oh,
They have the trimester thing, so there's I think runs a little longer.
Yeah, they're kind of silly with it.
But, yeah, they're kind of weird. They're very weird.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed, a little weird. But
Plastic Drexel, you know.
Starting right now, Cavs Pacers. Go enjoy that game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Cavs up
enjoy it.
7 with 3 minutes in the first. You know.
Oh, it must have started at 7 and not 7.
Because we know what's going to happen, right? The Cavs are going to beat the Pacers. Thunder are going to come and beat the Nuggets. And then we know Boston's just going to do their thing against New York. And, yeah.
False.
What's
But
going to happen?
Knicks pregame show tomorrow, probably featuring us, Gabe, and hopefully a Knicks content creator, maybe some other special fun people. And, yeah, enjoy your night, people of Earth.
Yeah, y'all have a good one.